Alright guys, so I figured I might as well just try out something new that, not many people do, and if you guys know Xenon, then he's been doing quite a lot of battles with these random Pokemon generator things, and I figured I might as well just do the same because I like challenges and, I like to use original stuff pretty much. So yeah, let's go ahead and click on the generate button and see what it gives me today. So gives me an Aggron, Espeon, Pachirisu, a Gallade, a Mothim, and a Bennett. So I'll go ahead and make a team with this real quick, try to get a battle, and see what I can do. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Alright, so I got another match here against this guy using this random generated team, and I gotta say this team is actually pretty good. It's not bad at all. And this is a OU match, no weather, because weather completely fucks me up, so I decided to exclude weather because weather is kind of, I really don't like perma-weather at all, so I decided that was banned. And yeah, this guy's using some pretty unorthodox pokes in OU, such as Heracross, Claydol, and Porygon Z, Snorlax, Slowbro, and Honchkrow. I'm not quite sure what kind of tiering these pokes have got, but I think they're like UU, RU, or maybe a few of them are RU, I'm not quite sure, but yeah, anyways, one thing that I did not notice until he actually sent his Heracross out is that Heracross on his side is a huge threat against my team because I don't have much at all to stand up against his Heracross. I mean, potentially Gallade and Bennett, but his Heracross might be Choice Scarf, which most of them are nowadays, and I mean that thing can pretty much just sweep me if I'm not careful enough, And I was really lucky right here because he actually missed the first Mega Horn, and I went for the Reflect. Otherwise, I would have not been able to live that. So I was thinking like maybe that thing is Choice Banded because that did a lot because I was behind the Reflect, but I was just really underestimating this thing because I realized after this battle that the Heracross is a really powerful Pokemon. It's really just unbelievably good. And one thing that I forgot about was Moxie. And one thing I could have done is I could have just put a status on him, and that would have been very nicely. That would have been extremely nice because I thought that he would have like Guts or something. But in the end, he's not gonna end up having that. So that's gotta really suck because I thought he had Guts all the time. But this Aggron right here is kind of a troll set. I decided to make like a Stealth Rocking, Thunder Wave, and Rock Slide set on this thing. And since Rock Slide is stab, it's got to be able to do a lot. And I think I have like a lot of EVs invested in attack on this thing, so that's pretty nice as well. And I got the Thunder Wave and the Rock Slide going on there, which means there's a very huge chance of him either flinching or getting the Parahack, so that's pretty nice. So I make an excellent move right here, send in Bandit and go for the Pursuit, take him out of there. This is kind of a revenge killing slash, I guess you could say revenge killing slash psychic type slash ghost type killer because of Pursuit. The only kind of moves that this thing has is like Sucker Punch, Pursuit, Shadow Sneak, and Shadow Claw. I think it's just pretty much almost, I guess you can say almost a Moto attacker or a psychic ghost killer. I'm not quite sure what you want to call it, but yeah, it actually seems to be working pretty nice with the stabs, Shadow Snake, and stuff. But he's actually gonna go for the Whirlwind with the Snorlax, and what I didn't realize was that my Espeon right here had Magic Bounce, and that I could have Whirlwind, and I could have just sent the Whirlwind back, and therefore he would have just Whirlwind himself out of there, which he's actually gonna end up doing right now, which is kind of funny. But I'm just gonna go for the Wish this turn, and he's just gonna go for the Taunt, and he's gonna end up taunting himself because of that. So that was pretty funny actually. But I'm gonna send an Aggron this turn, and I was like, okay, this guy's probably gonna go for like the Sucker Punch or the Brave Bird, and he does end up going for the Brave Bird. And because this thing is so bulky, it can take a Life-Orbed Brave Bird from that amount of health, because this thing has amazing defenses and times for resist the Brave Bird, which is just amazing. He's gonna send in his Snorlax this turn, and I'm gonna get quite a few Parahacks, as you can see right here. I'm gonna get one Parahax, and I'm not gonna actually get a flinch right here. I'm actually gonna get a second Parahax, which is really lucky, and I think he's actually gonna end up switching out of there again. I probably should have seen that coming and went for another Dragon Tail or something, but I'm just gonna go for the Rock Slide. It's gotta do a pretty decent chunk of that thing considering how bulky Slowbro is, you know. I'm gonna send in this thing and go for the, he's actually gonna go for the Thunder Wave and paralyze himself, which is pretty funny. And I'm just gonna go for the Psychic, which I probably should have not have done. I should have just went for the Wish, just so I could have healed up my Pokemon next turn, because I knew it was probably like gonna go for the Skull and taking me out of there or something, I don't know. But I'm gonna send Mothim, and yeah, I realized that right now I should have went for the Wish and just heal up all of my health back, and that would have been extremely beneficial, because this thing would have been at full health, and I could have potentially handled this Heracross, as you will see later on right here. So he's gonna go for the close combat, which he predicts nicely. That was a very nice prediction on his part. I thought it would have like choice. I thought it would have been like choice Scarf, choice Bandit or something, and still outsped me because, you know, Mothim's speed isn't the best, and I'm modest specs as well, by the way. And I make a pretty nice prediction right here to go for the pursuit, predicting his switch out of there, because you know, it was pretty obvious that it was choiced, and you know, I could have easily just went for, I don't know, really. He's locked into fighting moves, so therefore he does not want to stay in there, you know. So I figured I might as well just try to get some damage on that Heracross, and he's gonna send a Snorlax. I was hoping he was not gonna have the rest, but of course he does have the rest, and that's gonna be pretty terrible. But I do have the Gallade, which does have the Drain Punch. This thing is kind of a weird Gallade set, I guess you can say, because it's Choice Scarf with Trick and some other moves, and I think this thing has got like Will-O-Wisp as well, just to kind of burn those things, and I could have done that on his Heracross, because I thought that thing had Guts. I completely did not notice about Moxie, and that's gonna cost me big time, so you really gotta pay attention to abilities when you're playing this game. So he's gonna send in his Heracross this turn. Gonna send him off him just as fodder, pretty much. He's just gonna go for the Mega Horn, take me out of there, and that's pretty much the end of Mothim. So gonna send in Gallade again, which I should have not switched out of there. And here's where I realized his Scarf, because I'm Scarfed as well. I expected to outspeed him, and then I don't know really. For some reason I thought it was Banded, but I don't know really. And here I finally notice that he's got the Moxie, and I'm like, oh crap, this is not good at all. He's gotta take my Patrice out of there. So not like taking note of abilities in this game can cost you big time, like in this battle right here, because this guy pretty much swept me with the what's it called? What's that fucking thing called? Heracross, that's what it's called. And you know, that can cost you really big time if you don't notice what the opponent has got. Then I don't know, really, I could have just like paralyzed him or burnt him or something, because my aggro does have Thunder Wave, as you all know. And that would have been very beneficial, because I could have outsped it with like Mothim and taken that thing out of there. So yeah, that was kind of a lesson for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this battle. If you did, then leave a like rating. If you did not, then leave a dislike. I'm okay with that. And subscribe if you enjoy my videos. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll go ahead and see what I get in the next random generator thing. Alright, so here we are at the random Pokemon generator thing, and let's check what I get. So I get a Simisage, a Muck, a Mamoswine, an Electros, a Miltank, and a Dusknoir. And yeah, you guys can go and leave me some suggestions in the comments below, or I can just make, you know, my own sets. You guys can do that if you want, and then I'll put your link in the description, and like Xenon does, I'll nickname the Pokemon after you. So yeah, that's gotta be pretty nice. So you guys can decide whether or not if you want to do this. It really doesn't matter for me, because I can easily make my own sets. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this battle, and I will see you guys later. Peace.